Wow, CBN restructuring. Cardoso has started the move to restructure the CBN. And in the restructuring process, he has started laying off some executives and some senior uh, staff members of the Apex Bank. Okay, and most of the people he's sacking right now are people that worked with Emefiele, and that is serious. He sacked 8 before, and now the more 19 has joined, maybe to make up to 27. This is serious. Okay, more heads to roll as number of affected staff hits 27. Okay, that is Cardoso has now enlisted up to 27 names of people to be sacked from the CBN. And like I said earlier, that basically the people that worked with Emefiele. This is serious. So Daily Trust can reliably confirm that not less than 27 members of staff, most of them directors at the Central Bank of Nigeria, were to be laid off. Wow. Okay, were affected by the first batch of dismissals, even as more are set to be asked in the coming days. Among those affected were 8 directors, 10 deputy directors, 5 assistant directors, 2 principal managers, and 2 senior managers. Oh boy, they're all very senior people. This is a very serious one. Throwing all these people off, okay, maybe these are the people that should actually be at par with him, and probably they are not. Only God knows. I don't want to insinuate, but this level of removal will it not affect the leadership of the bank? Because if you remove people who have potential to maintain the leadership status of the bank, and then you go and bring in some younger people that probably are not experienced enough, or probably can be manipulated and intimidated by you, it wouldn't make sense. What is the reason for doing this? We need to know. We need to know. So Daily Trust yesterday broke the story of the mass sack which took effect last Friday, with even 7 directors served these letters the same day. So these directors, according to sources, were initially reassigned to FSS 2020, a division of the bank under the governor's directorate, located in the Maitama district of Abuja on November 24, 2023, and kept in a holding pattern for further directives. So Samuel Chukuyem Okojere, Abdulmumin Abdusalam Isa, Dr. Elizabeth Amos Kwage, Dr. Maureen Omolola Chukura, and Mr. Arinze Stanley were among the directors who were transferred to the FSS 2020 division on November 24 last year. Findings also revealed that staff members who were implicated by the report of the special investigator Jim Obaze on the withdrawal of $6.2 million from the Abuja branch of the CBN may be in the line for sack. Okay? So recall that the special investigator tasked with probing the Apex Bank has returned with recommended charges for some senior officials of the past administration, with the CBN saying they were linked to a brazen and relentless heist of public funds. However, while 2 of the directors whose services have been terminated have accepted their fate, the other 5 are planning to take legal action against the bank for what they consider as unlawful termination of their services. This is serious. Unlawful termination of their services. So this is exactly what is happening here now. Okay, so the 2 directors who accepted their termination quietly are also facing a case with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission due to their implication in the Obaze report. So the termination letter sent to the directors and seen by our reporter cited reorganizational and human capital restructuring as the reason for the dismissal, in line with the bank's new strategic direction. So the letter stated that their services would no longer be required with effect from Friday, 15th March 2024, and they were instructed to immediately hand over all bank properties in their possession to their department's administrator. Affected directors to contest the decision. The 5 directors who are contesting their termination are reportedly upset as, according to them, no wrongdoing had been attributed to them and they have not been implicated in any misconduct. So one of them who spoke with a reporter said, "Why we may have served during the tenure of the last CBN governor, we arrived at this position on merit, having fulfilled the conditions of the extant rules and cleared by the CBN board. But we are not a unilateral creation of former Governor Emefiele. So directors implement decisions of the board, decisions of the committee of governors, and other ancillary decisions. So we are not Emefiele directors." Okay. So another affected director said, "Contrary to the claims, I have not worked with Emefiele, as I was appointed a director on the 19th of July 2023 during the transition period and after the redesign exercise. I have not attended any committee of governors meeting with the past management, nor initiated any memo for the award of any form of contract. I was never called to question any irregularities in the bank." So the management of the bank had not communicated any reason for my posting to FSS till date. So how some directors escaped sacking? Abi, a senior management source told this paper that there were a lot more directors initially penciled down for transfer to FSS, but were reconsidered after interventions from high places, including the presidency. So what is FSS? Now that is the question. So the source said a director who left to contest the 2023 election is back in the system. Okay, Daily Trust findings revealed that the current director of monetary policy, who was previously the director of the statistics department, Dr. Mohammed Musa Tumala, was part of the 2023 general election. Can you imagine? As an Hausa man, he went and came back and nothing happened to him. If you check the other people, they were southeast, south, and southwest people that were removed. So it was found that on May 2nd, 2022, Dr. Tumala collected his nomination form at the All Progressive Congress Secretariat in Abuja to formally express his interest in the 2023 senatorial election in Borno State. So it will be recalled that Dr. Tumala had earlier been elected into the House of Reps in 1992 and served until 1994 when the democratic regime was truncated by the military. So before then, he was a lecturer at the University of Maiduguri for 19 years. So Rule 030422 of the Public Service Rules 2008 edition states, "No officer shall, without express permission of the government, whether on duty or leave of absence, shall offer himself or herself or nominate anyone else as a candidate for any elective position, any elective public office, including membership of a local government council, state, or national assembly, and should not indicate publicly, none of them should indicate publicly his support of or opposition to any party, candidate, or policy, or should not engage in canvassing in support of political parties." However, another source said the remaining 12 directors who are yet to receive their termination letters are aware of their impending dismissal. Wow. Concerns mount over lack of exit package. And this is another serious one. So another source within the CBN expressed concern over the lack of an exit package for the terminated directors, especially considering their years of service and the absence of any charges or accusations against them. The source also highlighted the loss of over 200 years of institutional knowledge and expertise that should result from the dismissal of these experienced directors. That is the question. So why are they sacking these people? Just because they work with Emefiele. And some of them are saying they never even work with Emefiele. By the time the full list come out, you'll find out that they are either some combination of south and southeast, or south and southwest, or southeast, southeast alone. Any name that is just like it's from south, south, and southeast will be thrown out. That is what I see here. Let's see the total name of the 27. You will see that all of them are all going to be from southeast and south south. That is actually very bad. Now, if you go to the ones that will survive this problem, you see that they are mostly going to be either from southwest or from the north. That is what I see here. You can imagine this Tumala that went to, he was once a lawmaker in the House of Rep before he came in here. And then from here, he went to 2022, he went to contest for senatorial election, and came back again. And nothing happened to him, even when the policy of the CBN does not allow that. So what are we saying here? Are you sure this is not witch hunting? Cardoso and Tinubu, only God knows what they're doing. They are sacking southeast and south because they see Emefiele as an Igbo man. That is the only reason Emefiele is suffering. If Emefiele is to be an Hausa man, nothing will happen to him. Or Yoruba man, nothing will happen to him. That is what I see here. How long are we going to continue like this? And now we are sacking them also without the entitlement. Directors, for that matter, people who have put in all their years, and now you are removing them, and you really don't have any concrete proof that you will replace their experience and expertise in a very short while. Because you are sacking, they said over 200 years of experience put together is what they are throwing away. That is what it means. If each person has worked for up to 20 years and you are sacking almost 27 of them, so what does that mean? That is huge, I tell you the truth. Or minimum of 10 years and you are sacking 27 of them, that's already 270 years that you are throwing away. And now you are sacking them without even their retirement benefits, without any entitlement. What does that mean? That is punishment. That is what you are trying to do. How long are we going to keep witch hunting other tribes? At the end of the day, you see that the decision is basically tribalistic. It's basically going to land in tribalism and nepotism. You see it. Employment also. So people are already making comment here. Somebody said employment all over the world is not slavery. Your employer can withdraw your services and you can also resign. CBN is not the end of the world. Just move on. My advice. Yeah, they are ready to move on. A lot of them are ready to move on. But why not give them the entitlement? That is the question. Why are you not giving them the entitlement? Many of the CBN staff are not qualified to be there. Majority of them is political employment. That is why Ndume almost hugged Transformer for moving some part of the institution to Lagos. So what are you trying to say now? That the people that are sacking don't merit it? They grew up to the office level of directors. So what do you have to say? And then somebody is saying that is the way to go. Then next, the searchlight should be beamed on the banks that have become criminal enterprises. Okay, they charge a lot for transactions and even their charges that we know are statutory just to push down the financial status of their customers. That is it, and that is bad. Loss of 200 years of institutional knowledge and expertise that will result from the dismissal of these experienced directors. This is where journalism in Nigeria can be a sham. How can the institution lose 200 years of institutional knowledge just by laying off members of staff for wrongdoings? You don't understand how the years are calculated, so better just keep calm. If one person has done 10 years, okay, then you are sacking 27 of them. That is 270 years. That is what it means. So you understand how the calculation is done. So we don't understand. Even the CBN itself, I don't think it's up to 200 years it was established. But we're talking about the collective experience from the 27 people, if not more. So you should know that. Just the same way they calculate man hours, when you're calculating the man hours put in during, by workers for their labor input. So that is what it means. All right. So this is a serious one that these people are passing through. Thank you for listening. Let's have a comment.